Hi, I'm Adam Nieman, and I can't be in Berlin today, so I'm talking to you on my iPhone from noisy Bangkok. Berlin is 8,000 kilometers in that direction. Yeah, I wanted to say a few words. I want to thank the ECAS network, and in particular, Sign It Art in Dresden and CT, of course, and FutureEverything in Manchester, because I think what we're going to do is really exciting. I think we've got a really interesting opportunity here. One of the things that has particularly captured my imagination is the idea of Festival as Lab. What particularly attracts me about the idea is what it does to the relationship between the artist and the audience. Completely disrupts it. So what we're going to be doing in Manchester is a genuine co-creation, and the people who are actually going to turn it into work are the participants of the festival itself. And I think that's got a lot of opportunities. It fits very well with some of the work that I've done in the past. So I want to take the opportunity, if you'll indulge me just for a minute, to show you some earlier work that I've done and see how it fits. The things I make aren't usually meant to be looked at as objects in their own right. Instead, the job is to provoke viewers to see their own connections with the rest of the world in new ways. In this case, their own connections with the rest of the universe. So this is an example of what I mean. Space signpost points at objects selected by passers-by and displays a distance to the object, which will be changing all the time. It was originally called Welcome to the Neighbourhood because the idea is it should increase the volume of space that the viewer feels connected to and leave them with a slightly less parochial outlook. In Manchester, we have a similar goal. We want to remind people that they're connected to the whole city, not just where they happen to be. But people's connections to Manchester are a lot richer than their connections to other planets. So to try to capture some of this richness, we are working with Voice Your View. Now, Voice Your View is a research program developing experimental software that extracts meaning from thousands of utterances. It could be SMS or voice or all sorts of different things. Because here's the thing, a city is not just a place, it's made up of millions of individual perspectives. And in some ways it's true to say that there are as many Manchesters as there are Mancunians. With Voice Your View, we hope to reveal the multiple perspectives that go to make up Manchester. And we want to reveal how the city is made up of values, aspirations, fears, and things like that, as much as it's made up of concrete and glass. Because perspective and dialogue are important, we need a unique view as the basis of the discussion. And for that unique perspective, we're going to a new school, 2 miles from the city centre. And this school, the Manchester Communication Academy. And the children at this school will be invited to reimagine the city and to map it with their own values. So it's the children at the school, who will provide the framework in which a much wider discussion about Manchester can take place. We'll generate a lot of data doing this, and we intend to co-opt the city itself to help make sense of it. So what do I mean by that? Well, the real world itself is a very underused resource in data visualization. So to put the project in the context of some of my past work, I want to show you a few of my data-driven pieces. So here's a simple example where using the world itself as part of its own explanation helps give sense of scale to abstract numbers. That really is the total volume of all the water in all the oceans, by the way. And the other one is the total volume of the atmosphere. This next one is from a commercial job. And so, yeah, got this data, CO2 emissions per visitor. And it's displaying it as a bar graph is perfectly reasonable if you're already engaged with the numbers. It allows you to see progress over the years. But the simple expedient of showing it, as in this version, same bar chart, exactly the same data, but this time we're showing the actual volume of carbon dioxide. So it becomes a concrete image rather than an abstract one. there's a boring old abstract image. Here's a concrete version that we can actually draw on our own sort of sense of the space we inhabit to make sense of these quantities. And this is another volume representation of carbon dioxide gas that I made with Lucy Blackwell. So here, imagine all the world's emissions of carbon dioxide coming from a single location, the UN building, and this is how much gas is emerging in real time. So 957 tons a second. This is what it looks like. And again, this is using the world itself as a way of providing a handle on large numbers, on abstract data. And this is me with a piece called The Air Above, which maps the actual density of air from the ground to the edge of space at the same scale as a map centered on the gallery's location. The triangle is the height of Mount Everest. And so again, this is a way of using the actual space you're inhabiting to make sense of things that are usually accessible only through abstract reasoning, only through mathematics or something. And there's scope to do that with Manchester as well. There's scope to take the city of Manchester and use it to help us make sense of the aspirations and action points that are going to come out of this process.